Hey guys, I'm Kayla. For those of you who don't know me, I am a student leader with SST, and I hope you guys are having a great day, and I just wanted to share my testimony with you guys. So it started in my testimony starts around 7th grade, May of 7th grade to be exact. I lost my great-grandma, and my great-grandma was everything to me. She was my best friend. She was the one I went to. I talked to her every day. I lived with her for a really long time, and losing her was really hard. And it was that main blockage in my path with God. And I know that that's a lot of the case for a lot of people. They lose someone they love, and their faith with God gets rocky, and that's what happened to me. So when she died, I was really lost. I didn't know what to do. I was really quiet. I kept to myself a lot of the time. School wasn't really what it used to be for me. I didn't have many friends at school to begin with. And the ones I did have, I stayed away from, and I stopped talking to, and I really kept to myself. I did school, I came home, and that was it. I did baton twirling. I still do, just taking off this year for obvious reasons. I had my team, and they were really the only friends that I had that I talked to, and I was really angry, and I didn't know why. I was still going to church. I was going, but I wasn't listening to what Bert was saying or what the worship songs meant, or I was just there. I was just kind of sitting around waiting for the hour to be over, and then I'd get my bagel and I'd go home, And that continued for probably over a year. I was just not in it with God. I was mad. He took away my life vest. She really was. She saved me when I was sinking a lot of the time, and it hurt that he took her from me, and that's how I saw it. I didn't see it any other way. She actually passed away 3 years ago today, so I thought this was really fitting to talk about, to see how far I've come. And when I went to church, Jordan's my cousin, for those of you who don't know. Over that summer, she had told me that I should start going to church. And I should, come to Journey, at the church meeting Journey. I should come to Journey and worship God with the youth group. And I was really reluctant. I really was. I kind of kept making excuses and kept making up reasons why I couldn't come to the summer events, and I really wasn't in it. And then she told me that she was having a pool party for the middle schoolers, I believe it was, but I was going to be a freshman. But I said, okay. And I went, and I met Alicia when I got there. And I was really reluctant to, make friends, and I didn't really want to talk to anybody, but I kind of wanted to stay with my family because it was, my family. And I met Alicia, and we talked, and we clicked, and looking back at it, it was something that I'm so grateful that happened, because it really opened up my relationship with God more than I'll probably ever know. And that October, I started going to Journey, but I was still reluctant. I didn't want to get to know God. I didn't want to fix that relationship. I didn't want to heal anything that I was feeling. I was angry, and I wanted it to stay that way, because in my eyes, it was still that he took her from me. And I was still really mad about it. And I would still sit in the back. I'd be quiet. I didn't talk to anybody. I'd kind of keep to myself, and I wasn't listening. I was just kind of there. And it was like that until that February, and Tuscarora rolled around. And I had never been there before, so I didn't know what it was, and I was really scared to go. And I went that year. And it was the most amazing thing I had ever experienced in my life, and I really got to know God in that weekend, which sounds so insane that it was that fast, but in that weekend, I really got to know God. And I learned the reason that she left. I learned the reason that he took her to heaven was because her time here was up, but that doesn't mean that her eternal life didn't continue. And she was still there, and she was still with me. She just physically wasn't here, and she's okay. And that was probably my biggest fear, was if she was okay or not. And she was meant to be with God. She needed to be there, and we'll all be there one day, but that was something where she needed to be at that time. And I'm okay with that now. And I learned that all at Tusk, which is so crazy that in 3 days I came to those realizations. But I did. And I met amazing people, and I came out of my shell, and my faith in God was starting to come back together a lot more. I heard one verse at Tuscarora that I'd never really heard before because I wasn't very well versed in the Bible. I didn't really read it. I knew the gospel, and I knew that there were Psalms, but I didn't know what was in the book. I didn't know what it contained. And I heard Romans 8:18, yet what we suffer now is nothing compared to the glory he will reveal to us later. And that verse came to be my favorite verse. It still is today. Because all that pain that I felt for years is nothing compared to the glory that I came to know when I decided to let God back into my life. And it was something amazing. And now I'm in a place where I can try my best to teach you guys about God and his love and faith and the trust that you have in him, and the love that's there, and how he loves you unconditionally. And I think that is amazing, that from 3 years ago to now, how much has changed for me. So that is my testimony. Thank you guys for listening. I know I'm probably not the most interesting person to listen to, but I really enjoyed sharing my story with you guys. I'll see you guys later. Bye.